I'm even surprised it went for 2 years. This is a guy who will look at you straight and lie to you, and he cannot even blink, knowing it is a lie. I couldn't take it because I'm not brought up that way. I've been brought up well by my family, by my parents. I am a Christian. I value truth because it's essential. And I started asking him. We promised this. Where you go to the siasa? Say how so? Those we said will create the Hustler's Fund. You are giving them 500 shillings. What business can you start with 500? Bana, you will go ahead, mama ya kutafuta kura. Say how? But we told people in broad daylight. We wachana na hiyo maneno watu watasahau.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Siboga TV, which is your #1 online political channel. Did William Samoei Arap Ruto make a mistake which is regretting currently by impeaching his deputy, Rigathi Gachagua? Because many, as you can know, Rigathi Gachagua played a very important role to the win of President William Samoei Arap Ruto during the 2022 presidential election. And from that time, many people used to think Rigathi Gachagua was a person who was just to be as the deputy president, and that was to be the end of his political career. Many people used to question a lot of things about Rigathi Gachagua. But for me, I used to tell many people that Rigathi Gachagua is a firebrand, is a person who understands the environment of Mount Kenya, and he was going to turn everything upside down for William Samoei Arap Ruto. And I remember there's a time when people started talking about the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, and I told many that it was so soon for President William Samoei Arap Ruto actually to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. So today, I want to have a candid discussion to see whether William Samoei Arap Ruto is actually regretting for what he did by impeaching Rigathi Gachagua. So, if you are interested on that, please stay put. But before I dive and try to dissect for you, I could request you kindly to take a minute and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video a like, share the video to your friends. And if your friends are lovers of politics, then it's good to request them for us to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And whenever you subscribe to our YouTube channel, always remember to smash the bell button, because by doing that, you give YouTube permission so that you can get notified whenever we upload any political content into YouTube. And for those ones who have actually subscribed to our YouTube channel and they always keep watching our videos, I say thank you and may God bless you all abundantly. And now, let us dive back to the discussion of the day. Is President William Samoei Arap Ruto regretting why he had to impeach His Excellency, the former Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua, because he played a very crucial role during his re-election in 2022 presidential election? And as you understand, Rigathi Gachagua is now the face of the opposition in this republic. And I think Rigathi Gachagua knew probably that he was going to be impeached. And that is why, from the words go, Rigathi Gachagua knew very well that for you to remain politically relevant in this nation, then you must have a huge following behind you. But if you cannot have any huge following, you will be dumped, and that will be the end of politics. And that is why from the word go, he started making sure that all the issues of Mount Kenya are addressed. And he did all he can to make himself to be the leader of Mount Kenya, what we call the kingpin of Mount Kenya. And I think William Samoei Arap Ruto never saw that coming. And I think he thought that Rigathi Gachagua was a person he was to use for his first term election. And then he was to dump him. And that was to be the end of Rigathi Gachagua. And I believe that President William Samoei Arap Ruto did a big mistake by actually impeaching Rigathi Gachagua. He should have left Rigathi Gachagua to be his deputy, because that was to assure President William Samoei Arap Ruto that he was going to be with the following of Mount Kenya. Because as you remember, Rigathi Gachagua is a pusher, is a very good mobilizer. And he did that prior to the election of 2022. He organized very well. He defended very well President William Samoei Arap Ruto. He ended saying that William Samoei Arap Ruto was their son. And he said that the people from the Kikuyu nation, whenever they promise you something, they don't move against that. They always keep the promise. And when Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta actually was against the re-election of the election of William Samoei Arap Ruto as the president, and he preferred Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, it was Rigathi Gachagua who reminded the people of Mount Kenya that this man we call William Samoei Ruto actually helped our son to climb for presidency. And yes, with Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, all true. And it is now our time to give back to him, because remember, we said kumi ya Uhuru, kumi ya Ruto. But I think William Samoei Arap Ruto never knew that Rigji is a fearless person. Rigji is one of the mobilizer who really did a lot. And that is why when he impeached Rigathi Gachagua, he thought that once he was going to impeach Rigathi Gachagua, that was to be the end of Rigathi Gachagua. And through that impeachment, I feel that President William Samoei Arap Ruto is regretting so much. And if there were some of the people who had actually advised him to impeach Rigathi Gachagua, for now, I feel that President William Samoei Arap Ruto is very bitter with them. Because, as you know, President William Samoei Arap Ruto got a total of 3 to 4 million from Mount Kenya. And those votes are many. And I don't think there is just a region where William Samoei Arap Ruto will go and get those 3 to 4 million votes, which he got from the mountain. And now the mountain is gone. And now the kingpin of Mount Kenya is Rigathi Gachagua. And now Rigathi Gachagua is the man who is saying that we must send William Samoei Arap Ruto home. And as you know, Rigathi Gachagua is a man who doesn't fear. And that is why he's giving William Samoei Arap Ruto a lot of headache. Because William Samoei Ruto thought that he was to use Rigathi Gachagua and after that dump him. And that was to be the end of Rigathi Gachagua. But Rigathi Gachagua, being the son of Mau Mau, who doesn't believe in stopping doing what he believes is the best thing. That is why he has already captured the entire Mount Kenya as a region. And that's why today William Samoei Ruto is getting it too rough to go to Mount Kenya and probably to do any political rally, because people are saying Ruto must be a one-term president from Mount Kenya. So, in my own opinion, William Samoei Ruto did disservice to himself, and that is why he's actually having this kind of hardship a lot. And there is even a time when Rigathi Gachagua asked for forgiveness from William Samoei Arap Ruto, that if I have done or I have gone against you, please, Mr. President, forgive me. Don't impeach me. But William Samoei Arap Ruto thought that that was a weakness, and he went forward and impeached Rigathi Gachagua. And therefore, I strongly believe that William Samoei Arap Ruto is in a big mess. Yes, he might do or he can, probably to divide the votes of Mount Kenya or to reduce them through Kithure Kindiki. But I feel that he must play a very hard game for him to win, let come 2027. And if there's an opportunity that he can bring Rigathi Gachagua back, then I'm very sure William Samoei Arap Ruto may actually go for an handshake with Rigathi Gachagua. But I think for that to happen, William Samoei Arap Ruto must dip his hand into the deepest part of his pocket, because Rigathi Gachagua now understands that in politics we always have betrayal, and to safeguard that, you must get something so precious from the person who you are going to support, such that that person, whenever he thinks about that precious thing he had given you, he cannot actually joke with you. In your own thinking, do you believe that William Samoei Arap Ruto did a mistake and he is regretting a lot why he had to impeach Rigathi Gachagua? Please drop your comment in the comment section below. And if this is your first time to pump into this YouTube channel, I request you kindly to take a minute or two and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video a like, share the video to your friends And if your friends are lovers of politics, it's also good to request them for us to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And for those ones who have actually subscribed to our YouTube channel, I say thank you, because you always give us the inspiration to continue coming up with this kind of political analysis. And with that, I say thank you until we meet in our next political conversation. Goodbye.